Born on 12 July 1997 in Mangora, which is in northern Pakistan, Malala Yousafzai is an education activist. Starting in 2009, she used to blog for BBC Urdu and talk about her life under the Taliban rule. She eventually gained prominence in Pakistan and began appearing on talk shows. When the Taliban realized how openly a girl is carrying the message of education, they felt threatened. On 9th October, she was shot on the head and the neck while returning home from school. And she was immediately sent to the United Kingdom for intensive rehabilitation. She managed to survive and then gain worldwide fame and recognition. She now resides in the UK for good. She came from a background where schools were either shut down, closed completely, or destroyed, where students had to risk their lives to getting education every single day. She said, "I have a new dream. I must be a politician to save this country. There are so many crises in this country, and I want to remove these crises. My purpose is to serve humanity." She blogged about her issues day in and out for a very long and miserable time, just hoping that someday a little peace will prevail and that everything would get fixed. But every time she was disappointed as it all came crashing down. After she was shot, there were mass prayers throughout her country for her. Luckily, she survived. And then as months went by, people began to lose trust in her. In her own country, where many are proud of her achievements, there are many who call her story bogus and somewhat a conspiracy. Trying to defend her, I say she was shot in the head. They say, yeah, but she didn't die. Apparently for these people, she is a Western agent. A Western agent whose intention is to highlight her region in a negative light. I have read enough about Malala Yousafzai to say that she is a genuine person, and her daily miserable accounts on the BBC blog are a testament to that. And then there are many others in the country who say, why is Malala Yousafzai getting VIP treatment? I mean, when there are so many other people out there who have the same story like her. There are many more Malalas out there. But people should stop calling Malala a phony, because the only reason she suffered through hell is to getting education for all. I think in Pakistan there is a mentality problem. If anyone gets shot, there is a stationary period of uncertainty. As the result of the shooting is out, which can either be the person survived or not. If the person does die, people begin to sympathize and say that he or she was such a hero. But if the person survived, people get over it and say, so what? She didn't die. He didn't die. Conspiracy, conspiracy, drama, conspiracy. Honestly, after reading all the reviews about Malala Yousafzai, I'm glad that she's not in Pakistan anymore. I'm glad that now she's living a life of peace, where she doesn't need to believe in a false hope that things will get better when they won't. I personally feel that the perception of Pakistanis needs to change. The government should greatly invest in human capital, because education is the only solution to the mess that we're in. Knowledge is gold. Kudos to Malala. Have an amazing birthday. May God bless you. Whilst in my car, I see many beggars on the road. They seem really miserable and poverty-stricken. I wish I could end their misery. I wish I could end poverty in this world. So, to save myself from guilt, I give them money. They then depart into their world and I depart into mine, feeling somewhat satisfied. Good Samaritan, my. I am a fool. What those people are trying to pull are gimmicks, and I just fell prey to that. Beggary is a thriving business. Okay, not thriving, but a well-to-do business. Beggar children, women, and old men are ideally located in good spots which maximize sympathy, and maximum sympathy is equal to maximum revenue. This money is then given to their leader, who is an underground person most probably, who gives them in return an accommodation and basic food for survival. Giving beggars money does not diminish poverty, it encourages it. The more money mafia makes, the more money hungry they get. This way, more kids will be exploited to beggary each year. I prefer that if you're out and you see a beggar, you give him something to eat, rather than giving him money. That way, your conscience will be clean and no money will reach the mafia. Also, better value for your money is giving it to charities that are reliable and honest, and encourage education and accommodation for poor people. And now I do realize there might be some beggars who are genuine and in dire need of money. But then again, not everyone wins. Let them know their gimmicks are not smarter than you. Also, government authorities should look out to seize such activities, because an active mafia means more child exploitation. More child exploitation is equal to more beggars. Those beggars grow up. Growing up, more criminals. More crime is equal to terrorism. Terrorism is equal to chaos. More chaos is a threat to national prosperity. A government does not like a threat to national prosperity, now does it? Good Samaritans, stop being fools. Democracy is a form of government that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. Democracy might seem like the best option for countries which have been under military rule for a very long time. But that's only because people like change. But you know what the problem is? People. People have a tendency to hate their current leaders, and people have a tendency again to rely too much on the future. They believe that the second the current government is overthrown, there'll be harmony, peace, low unemployment, beauty, magic, a kick-ass trade balance, magic, and an excellent global position. And when the new government comes, it's just a matter of 2 to 3 years till that government becomes a pain in the ass. I particularly dislike democracy for a reason. Reason number 1. The hopes of people before an election reach sky high, and everyone knows the higher you go, the harder you fall. Reason number 2. There is chaos immediately after the election because there's always some badass party that has rigged the elections. Reason number 3. Democracy is a majority favoring authority. In such a rule, minorities are crushed and made to feel the brunt because of just existing. Reason number 4. Democracy might seem like people power, but who's to say are the people right or wrong? Who decides what the people want is right or wrong? Now don't get me wrong, only because I'm critiquing democracy does not mean I am a supporter of military rule. I believe that there should be a mixed government. In a mixed government, both elected people and the military can work hand in hand to bring prosperity into a nation. Sleep might seem like a typical phenomena that occurs every day, but it's quite complex if you really think about it. A day consists of 24 hours. A typical man or woman sleep for 8 hours, so that's a third of the entire day. So isn't it strange how a man or woman talk, walk, laugh, sing, dance, end up lying down in one position for 8 straight hours? It's strange. And there's more. The way a person sleeps is very crucial. A person might learn about their personality based on the types of dreams they have. The perfect interpretation of dreams is almost impossible to do, but they do somewhat give you a picture of what your mind is going through. All anxieties, troublesome thoughts gather in your mind and get played as dreams, or happy thoughts too. I sometimes think that dreams are a reminder for us creatures on earth to connect with the unknown. And then you wake up. Dream forgotten. Weird, isn't it?